Hi, good morning. How are we doing? Not great. Thanks for asking. We have had in my last video, I told you guys how we have Influenza B in our house. My youngest son, my fourth child, he is finally back at school. He's doing great. He is still on an antibiotic for his ear infection, but aside from that, he's doing great. My 2-year-old, she's okay. She's getting better, but still not great. She had a really weird night last night. We thought she'd be okay to sleep in her own bed. And so we put her down, and then all of a sudden at like 11:30, she started screaming. She had no ear infection, no fever. Sorry, I have not slept in a week, but she hasn't had a fever or anything like that. And she didn't seem, we couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. And then she decided she wanted to sleep on my floor, which was strange because she could have slept in the bed, yeah. But yeah, so she slept on the floor. She woke up in a really crabby mood, but then we got her some breakfast and some Motrin, and she's doing fine. Yeah, kitten down. The cat's on the mantle, and she would like her down. And then my oldest child was like, I kind of have a headache. My husband was like, let's take your temperature because we know what this means. Oh, yes, sweet. You can't reach. Yeah, no. Kitten is up there because she doesn't want you to reach her. My oldest child woke up this morning. He was like, I have a headache. My husband took his temperature, 101. And I forgot to tell you that yesterday, my middle child, so this is 4 out of my 5 children, started to not feel so great. They also put him on the Tamiflu, and he did have tummy issue side effects. So I have my oldest and my middle child home today. Obviously the baby's home. She has nowhere to go. What are you doing? I put tinfoil here because she keeps knocking down all my stuff and it's not working. Anywho, so yeah, we have 3 out of 5 kids home today. 4 out of 5 have had Influenza B. We're just counting down the days till my daughter and myself get it. My husband, he has a nice big fat sinus infection and half of his face is swollen. So we are just going through it today. I'm gonna today do what I normally do. I'm gonna try and get the house pretty clean. Yesterday, I made it my mission to get on top of laundry, and that's basically all I did aside from taking care of my children, because I was not behind on washing the laundry, but I was behind on putting it away because I had kids in my bed nonstop. But I made it my mission to put it all away, and so now we are at a clean floor. She's so mad at the cat. But now we have a clean, fresh start with the laundry. We're gonna try and keep up on that as much as we can because I will eventually get sick, and then I will eventually be behind on laundry again. So can't wait for that. We are still actually holding out hope that I just don't get sick. Anywho, today I'm going to clean the house for that same reason. I need to make sure that I have a very clean slate if I'm going to get sick, so that I'm not super stressed about things about the house, if that makes sense. But anyways, it's another really chill, relax, stay at home, don't go anywhere. We've been stuck in this house for like an entire week at this point kind of day. So last night I did the dishes. I put them in the dishwasher and I did not start it. So we did not have some of the dishes we needed this morning. So yay. I do also want to say though that we are very, very grateful that our family has taken the flu the way that it has. Um, for some families, for some kids, it's very dangerous. This seems to just be, we don't feel good and we will get over it type of things. Not every situation is that way, and we feel very, very fortunate and very, very blessed that that is our case. So I just want to put that out there while I'm sitting here whining. I know it could be worse. We are very blessed that it's not. We're just shuffling through it. I was just editing the vlog from the other day and realized that I am indeed wearing the same sweater 2 vlogs in a row. It's not like too many people watch to notice, but if you are one of the 6 people who watch my vlogs and notice that I am wearing the swim sweater 2 vlogs in a row, know that it is not 2 days in a row, and I did wash it. So there's that. Jared did go to the doctor for we had suspected it would a sinus infection because he woke up with half of his face like swollen. He went to the doctor. They tested him for the flu and for COVID, and both those came back negative. So it is a sinus infection. They did give him some antibiotics and I think a steroid to bring down that swelling. And they said that if it doesn't get better, he'll have to go in for a CT scan. So we're crossing our fingers that it gets better, the poor guy. Because that is just, he looks so uncomfortable, the poor, his, like I said, half of his face is swollen. He's got a black eye. I don't even know, like, he looks like he got into like a massive bar fight, poor guy. So we're hoping that these things help him feel better, because that sucks, right? But I'm glad that it's nothing else. I mean, it could be worse, I guess. But yeah, crazy. It is time to go get the other kids. My toddler fell asleep and my husband fell asleep, and the boys are just relaxing. So I'm gonna go get them and have a little bit of alone time, which is something I have not had in many minutes. I get to listen to whatever I want, and I'm gonna stop and get a fun drink on my way, I think.
Okay, what are we doing? I just need a large Cindy with Diet Coke. All right, here's that Cindy for you. Thank you. Have a great day.
Of course, as soon as I left the house, my daughter, who was sleeping, woke up. She woke up my husband, and I guess she was upset for a minute, but she is fine now. It almost feels strange to be out of the house. We've had one person at least in our house have the flu for a full week at this point, and I have not, other than taking my kids to the doctor, I have not left the house. My husband has taken healthy kids to school and picked them up. He's ran any and all errands, mostly because he is like already going, like he was going to work and then back for short periods of time, and so he would like drop my kids off at school, go to work, and then he would come home pick them up on the way and run any errands on his way, just so that we could keep our other kids home and healthy. Well, keep them home resting so that they could get healthy and more comfortable, right? Not in and out of the car for long periods of time. Obviously, we didn't want to take them to stores and have them spread germs and stuff, so we were trying to keep them home, and as a result I have stayed home, and I have been so stir crazy. And don't get me wrong, I am very happy to do it for my kids, to help make them feel as comfortable as possible, but getting out of the house, even if it is just to like pick up my other kids from school, is like a godsend at this point, because I like I said, I'm going a little bit stir crazy being home, and at this point there is no end in sight. So I am going to take this opportunity to just be out of the house, be by myself for a second. With sicknesses, especially the flu, there comes a lot of tears, which is justified, especially with my smaller kids who don't communicate as well or don't know how to communicate as well, because my 5-year-old, he is better at communicating. I have a headache, but he is like, when he is not feeling great, he doesn't communicate great because he's in his, we call it their lizard brain. He just gets more emotional than he would normally, which is normal with being sick in general, I think. And he hasn't quite learned how to rein those feelings in. And then my 2-year-old, she's not a huge communicator to begin with. Of course, she says some words, but she's not, again, she would never be like, Mom, I have a headache, because she doesn't know what that means. And so it's a little harder, and crying is the way that they communicate the most. And for me, while I very much understand it, and I am happy to be there for them to help them feel better, a whole week of crying and tears is a lot, and I definitely needed a break. So I am happy to be picking up my other healthy children from school at this point, just to have a little peace for a minute, and then we'll go back to regular mom life of a mom who has kids with the flu. So anyways, thank you for hanging out with me today. Sorry that these vlogs have been very uneventful and very monotonous, but this is life, and this is what we're documenting, is normal everyday life. So anyways, thank you for being here. I love you all so much, and I hope you have the best day. I know I already closed out the vlog, but I have got to tell you guys a story, because I feel like such a dum-dum, and that's what this is for, right? Anywho, I went to go make dinner tonight. My kids requested pancakes. I normally don't like to do pancakes, but when they're sick, their wish is my command. I will be making whatever they will eat, okay? I go, I make all the pancakes, I open the pantry and realize we don't have syrup. So now I'm at the Walmart getting syrup. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and have the best day.